Welcome to Upset the News with your host, Tim Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Upset the News. I am your host, Tim Ross. Well, got some stuff to talk to you about today. This is episode 3, day 3 of me hosting this show. I hope that it's been something that has brought you some joy, brought you a little bit of laughter, brought you some information, brought you some hope. Listen, I'm enjoying this platform. I'm enjoying having the opportunity to speak to you, and we are going to get to some news starting right now. The coronavirus continues to spread across the country, and as a result, more major cities are going into lockdown. It seems that COVID-19 cases are starting to be concentrated in urban areas. Places like LA, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta, Miami, Denver, and Seattle have all been affected. And more major cities, more major urban areas are being affected as well. Can I just ask a question? COVID, why do you seem to be hanging out in all the popular cities? You're in LA, you're hanging out in New York, you're down in Miami. Yo, I saw COVID in New Orleans. I saw COVID up in Boston. I'm like, why is COVID trying to hang out in all the cool cities? Hey, COVID, why don't you go somewhere else? How come you don't visit Fargo, North Dakota? Why don't you visit someplace like Billings, Montana? There's other places in this country, COVID, besides, all the popular hotspot destinations. Maybe you should travel around a little bit more and maybe only hang out with yourself, not invite people to your parties. I don't know. What I'm praying for is that everybody is safe, whether you're in an urban area, suburban area, or somewhere even a little bit more distant. But here's what I want to say. Come closer. I think I'm going to give some real estate agents a little bit of insider information. My suggestion to you, if you're in the real estate market, is you should start marketing the boonies. That's right, the boonies. There are benefits to living in the boonies. Now, I don't know what those benefits are. That's going to be some information you have to figure out on your own. But I think there's a market for some people that might want to live a little bit farther out. And think about it. I think HGTV could probably do something with this. I just want you to use your imagination. I think they could have HGTV House Hunters, the Boonie episodes. And so there could be all these different episodes about house hunters that show off the Boonie life, that show off the Boonie lifestyle. And so you could have that great voiceover with people saying, in house number 1, this charming 900 square foot home with a private wilderness in the backyard. Tim and Juliet are looking for a place that's a little bit quieter. They're tired of the busyness of the suburban area, and they're looking to get out a little bit more. And this charming first house might be the place that they want to go. House number 2, a fixer-upper with the fence high enough to keep the wolves out. That's right. They can be in their own little quaint area, fix this house up, and make it anything they want to be. And finally, house number 3, a modern cabin with picturesque views of the mountains. It's the farthest out, and it's the highest in their price range, but maybe it is something that they will like. Look, y'all, I'm just saying, this could be something that really, really starts to gain some traction, and I hope to see House Hunters, the Boonie editions, very, very soon. In other news, across the pond, we found out that Prince Charles unfortunately tested positive for COVID-19. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, not even the palace is exempt from experiencing this virus. Now, thankfully, it's been reported that he has only been experiencing mild to moderate symptoms, but he is 71 years old, and so this is a concern. The thing that I'm a little bit more suspicious about, though, is I see some things adding up now that maybe nobody else was paying attention to. First, Harry and Meghan leave, right? They dipped like a couple of weeks ago. They dipped. And everybody was trying to figure out, is there some kind of split in the royal family? Is there contention within them? Maybe Harry just heard his dad cough. I don't know. I don't know where they hang out in the palace. I don't know if they have breakfast together, lunch, or dinner. But maybe Harry saw his dad and he didn't look that good. Maybe he was like, I don't know if that's how British people cough. But maybe they felt something and they were like, you know what, we need to get out of here. I don't know what's happening, but I'm taking my girl and my baby and we out. The other reason why I'm suspicious, just a tad, just a little bit, is that is it a coincidence that the queen decided that she was going to move out of the palace around the same time that we found out about Prince Charles? In the news, what was reported was that a palace aide tested positive for COVID. Now, a palace aide tested positive. Maybe they didn't want to say it was Prince Charles and they just called him the aide. What I love about the Brits, though, is that they didn't say that the queen moved out. They said, no, the queen has shifted from the palace. I can't do a really good proper British accent, but I just love the fact that they didn't even use a word like move to say that she was leaving the palace. They said that the queen has shifted from the palace. Now, one of the main things that I wanted to hit on this show is hygiene. That's right. I want to talk about hygiene because there's something that's concerning me about everything and something that really, to me, has been exposed since this whole thing with COVID came out. And that is, why are we treating hygiene like it's some new revelation? Like, did we all just forget what our parents told us to do when we were 5 years old? Hygiene shouldn't be something that we are just getting an aha on right now. This is something that we should have been doing from the very beginning, but this exposes the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is there are some people that are just flat out nasty. That's right. I said it. There's some people that are just downright nasty. They pick their nose and they don't wash their hands. They go to the restroom. They do not wash their hands. I cannot tell you how many times I've been through airports and men going into the restrooms and the stalls and the urinals and they just walk out. I mean, it is so disgusting to me. And I'm a germaphobe as it is. I just think some of y'all are nasty. I think there needs to be, like, after this whole thing is over, there needs to be a redo on hygiene, a redo on teaching people on hygiene. Let me put up this graphic because this is something you should have got when you were 5 years old. And if you didn't get it, we're going to review it now. Read along with me, ladies and gentlemen. Good hygiene habits should have started when you were young. Oral hygiene, right? Brush your teeth. Use a tongue scraper. Brush the inside of your cheeks and the roof of your mouth. This is stuff you should have been doing since you were a child. Gargle, use mouthwash, bathing hygiene. Oh my goodness, I will not go through an exhaustive list of all the cracks and crevices that need to be washed, but I just hope and pray that you all know how to bathe correctly, how to shower correctly. I cannot go there. Ooh, I can't go there. I'm tempted, but I can't. Hair hygiene. Wash your hair. Use some shampoo. Use some conditioner. Use anything that will make your hair smell good and not smell like a 5-day-old beach top. Foot hygiene. Toilet hygiene. Yes, toilet hygiene. It's not just that you go to the restroom. It's about, do you know what to do once you get there? Hand hygiene, coughing and sneezing. You should have known to cover your mouth. I love this last graphic. Home hygiene. Look at the little boy. The little boy is carrying his books. Go ahead, little Jimmy. Carry your books after you read all your books, because that's the only thing he has to pick up. And let me tell you who should be setting a great example for this is the leaders of our country. The leaders of our country should be setting great examples for this. Some of them are doing a great job. Others, I'm just going, not so much. Now, check this out. Both Joey and Bernie seem to know what they're doing. In their latest debate, they knew, hey guys, let's elbow bump. Let's not touch each other. Let's have some social distancing. But if we're going to get close for the cameras, let's at least have an elbow bump. Look at that. They got it down pat. In this type of situation, in this type of environment that we're all in, this is the way you should be governing yourself. But let me tell you who didn't do a good job. Ooh, got to take a L, President Trump and Dr. Fauci. This is unprecedented to me that the president of the United States standing next to one of our leading scientists of our generation, and they're touching the same mic. It's almost like they didn't know what to do, or they didn't even know what they were discussing at the time. You know, Trump has got his hand on the mic and he's like, here, let me fix the mic for you. And Fauci's like, forget about it. I already know what I'm doing. Hey, listen, don't touch the mic. Like, the germs. Why is everybody so close? I do not understand. Listen, please take care of yourself. Please take care of your hygiene. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Please go longer. If you think it's not long enough, sing the Star Spangled Banner or something. Count to 20 out loud. Use the 1,000 in the middle and count slow. All right, 20 to 45 seconds, lukewarm water, and just get this thing all in there. That way y'all can be okay. We can all be okay. And we can get this thing out of here so we can get back to some normal living. All right. All right. Now, the last thing that I want to do is I want to bring somebody some hope. I got on Instagram earlier today and I asked for some people to give me some suggestions. Hey, what would you like me to talk about in the show? And what are some of the things that is on your heart that you would like to see addressed? And man, there was one that really, really moved me as I was reading through the comments. And the handle is SLE Odor. Or Odur. I hope I'm saying that right. And I don't know if your first name is Slee. I think that's a dope name if it's Slee, but I don't know if it's an acronym for something else. But let's just say it's Slee. Slee wrote in, and Slee said that she was having some serious anxiety. One night she was crying. The other night she just woke up very, very worried. And the main thing is that she's afraid to lose a loved one. Slee, I just wanted to bring you some hope tonight. I just wanted to tell you that God is with you and he's with your entire family. He is with your kids. He is with your mom, and he is protecting you right now. Here's a verse that I want you to have. It's Philippians chapter number 4, verse number 6. I hope this verse is a verse that brings you some peace, that brings you some comfort, and allows you to calibrate your life in a way that you can see God's mercy and his grace around you and your loved ones. And so I want you to not be worried about anything, pray about everything, and then don't forget to do this part. Thank God for all that he has done. Remind yourself, remind your children, remind your mother of the faithfulness of God in the past, because that same faithfulness is with you in the present, and it's going to lead you through the future. I hope that helps you. I'm praying for you. I love you. And I know that God's going to bring us all through this time. Listen, that's all I got for tonight. I really, really hope, and I really, really pray that you all are allowing this season to bring you closer together with your family, to bring you closer together with those that you love. Listen, jump on the phone, call some people, check on them. Pray with them if you're a believer. If you're not a believer, just check on their well-being. See how they're doing. It's a time for all of us to come together, bring it in a little bit closer, and allow us to be conduits of God's love, of his grace, and his peace. All right, y'all. I love you guys very much. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great day. Remember, wash those hands. Do everything that you need to do in this season that will get us through. Let's flatten this curve, get to the other side of this so we can get back to business as usual. I'm your host, Tim Ross. This is Upset the News. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.